Reptiles can cost a fortune, but they don't have to. These 5 snakes make the best pets, and you can buy all of them under 150 bucks. I asked you to define what a cheap snake is to help us out for a benchmark here. On Instagram, you guys said under 100 bucks. 100 bucks, anything over that is considered not a cheap snake anymore. But I disagreed. I think 150 bucks is probably the benchmark here. Everything's under 100 bucks except for one, but we can make a whole under 100 bucks video if you want. And before we do anything, I don't know if you can hear that, Doug wants to go outside, and it's 80 degrees outside, so let's go put him there. It's time for your summer home. Oh my goodness, you're so sheddy, spaghetti. All right, okay. Let's go let him free.
Go on, live your life.
Number 5, pine snakes. Now, pine snakes, gopher snakes, and bull snakes, they're all in the Pituophis family. So I'm going to be talking about them interchangeably here. The reason I picked pine snakes is because most people don't know that they exist. This that I have here is, well, it's highly debated. Every time I bring this snake out and show the camera, it seems like everyone in the comment section thinks it's something else. So let me know in the comment section below what subspecies of pine snake you think this one is. All gopher snakes, pine snakes, bull snakes, they start to range from southern and western Canada all the way down into Mexico. So they have a really broad range, and there's so many different ones. The pine snake I'm showing you now, I bought without a species, so I truly don't know, although I have a hunch. What I've been told is this is a Mexican subspecies, which kind of makes sense because of the coloration, and the patterning on the back of the snake is fantastic. I want to make a big, giant bioactive enclosure for this animal. She's at the very end of quarantine. We could probably take her out, but either way, this is an animal that is very placid. We had her outside today. She was loving basking in the rays of the actual sun, and the size is different depending on the species or subspecies. Some bull snakes will get up to 8 feet. Most pine snakes are going to stay smaller, around 4, 5, maybe 6 foot, depending on the subspecies. So it depends. If you're someone who wants a smaller snake, research what subspecies is going to be best for you. If you're someone like me where I don't care, I got this as a Christmas present. My wife bought it for me. The shop had it. I've been telling her forever I want a Pituophis. And truly, I don't care. I mean, if this snake stays 4 feet, great. That's fantastic. If the snake gets to 6 feet, cool. I get to make a bigger enclosure. I have the space, I have the room, and I'm just very lucky to be in that situation, but not everybody is. And in terms of price, you can easily find gopher snakes, pine snakes, whatever, in the $50 to $100 category almost all the time. Now, some species and some morphs will get higher than that, of course, but you can, if you type in gopher snake pricing online and go into Google and do that, you're gonna find them around 50 bucks to start. So you can find them for sure. Fantastic snakes. I love them. I definitely want more, but we'll see. With this one, I'm pretty happy with this one so far. Also, he needs a name, so let me know in the comment section below and we'll give him a name. Generally, I wait until quarantine to name animals, so you can pick. If you are looking for something bigger, then number 4, boas might be for you. This one everybody knows. Boas have been around for so long, and they're kind of like the boa version of ball pythons in that there are so many morphs and they've been around for such a long time, you can get even cool morphs for less than 100 bucks. What's very different between ball pythons and boas is that boas have so many different locales that really change things up. It's a different flavor. Where with ball pythons, you get, your normals and your voltas, and that's kind of it. There's more complications to it, but to keep it simple, with boas, you can get dwarf boas. So if you want, say, a Hog Island boa, now you're priced out. Those are going to be a little bit more than 100 bucks or 150 bucks. But you could get a leopard boa for around that price, maybe a little bit more. Or if you really want, go something that's not a BCI or BCC at all and get something like a sand boa, which we'll get to in a second. But if you want a big, impressive animal for not a lot of money, so you can spend the money on tricking out the enclosure, then a BCI or a BI is right for you, a boa imperator. I've had Franny now since 2017, so about 8 years, and she was about a year old when I got her. She's about 9 years, and she would say she's about 6.5 or 7 feet. To give you perspective, I am 6'3", and you can... No, I'm not. I'm about 5.5 feet tall. So me laying next to this animal here, you can see the size difference where she's well over 6 feet. And I say she, but I'm pretty sure she's a male. I'm pretty sure Franny is a male, although I've never really... Why don't I just check? I should just check. This is what you can expect from a male BI. If you want something bigger, the BCCs, the South American boas, oftentimes the females could get well over 10 foot. But this was free dollars. Literally somebody came over to my house. Hey man, I'm moving in with my girlfriend. They're married, have kids now, so it's all good, you know? But she said, no, you can't have this snake anymore. So he gave it to me, and then now she's huge. I actually ran into the guy and I forgot that his full name is Francesca. Francesca, we just call it Franny, him, her. Placid, docile, you can find them for, you know, 50 bucks. I've seen them at pet stores actually for as little as 25 bucks for ones that don't have morphs. And of course there are, you know, ones that are much more expensive. And the leopard boa that I have, for example, is gonna be more expensive. But even so, I think those things will go down in price as the years go on. And if you want something even smaller, Kenyan sand boas, normal form, or some of the cool morphs are definitely under 100 bucks. And what's great about both of these types of boas and many more is if you spend a little bit of money on the animal, you can spend more money on the enclosure. Because it does cost, you know, like you see those ones back there that are each well over 300 gallons. It costs more money to set those up and then the upkeep. For example, basking bulbs. But I'm gonna help you out because right now this video is sponsored by Chewy. Thank you guys, I appreciate it. In conjunction with Flukers. Flukers doesn't just sell bugs. The basking lights that I use for all my animals are Flukers, and right now, if you buy 2 of them, you get a 3rd one for free. And I always buy 3 because they're basking lights. Eventually they burn out. You need more all the time. Just use code Eureka for that one. And we've got so many more things thanks to Flukers and Chewy down in the description below. I'll put them all down there. For example, Kenyan sand boas like actual sand. Buy Flukers Dune Sand and get 25% off on live hornworms. These are our PB&J deals, you know? Get one of this, get some of this for a good discount or for free, you know? Tortoise diet being another one. I can't wait to do the outside video. We just kind of alluded to it, but those tortoises are just mucking that entire bag of tortoise food. Thank you, Flukers, for sending it to me. Thanks, Chewy, for sponsoring. Let's talk about number 3. And that's African house snakes. Now, I know I just talked about these, and I've got 30 of them, so I know a little bit about them now. It's been a short time, but let me tell you, these are some of the coolest snakes on earth, and the price is going up. There's 2 main species, so 2 things you should know. Hognose are like the black ones that you most likely see, and they're oftentimes imported, and sometimes they're parasite-ridden, and in general, they don't have the personalities of Capensis. So this, I know this is kind of like we're getting into the weeds here, but Capensis are the ones that if you're in the US, just go see my buddy Garrett, reach out Reptiles. He'll sell you some on Palm Street likely. If you want them in Canada, shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm gonna sell all 30 and buy 30 cooler ones from Garrett because they come in a bunch of different morphs. And that's where you're priced out. But if you want to buy, say, a Hognose, there's a normal African house snake, you can buy them for under 100 bucks all day long. Now, the ones that I think are cool, the Capensis, the ones that are a little bit cooler looking just as their natural form and have a better personality, in my opinion, those are gonna be reaching above 100 bucks. You can still sometimes buy them for 100 bucks, but right now they're closer to 150, and next year, if I make this video, they'll be 250 probably. The good news is they breed like freaking rabbits, okay? These things breed like crazy. There are so many morphs coming into the hobby thanks to guys like Garrett, and I truly and honestly believe this is the next big thing in colubrids. Except for they're not colubrids or pythons. They're kind of their own thing, which in and of itself is really freaking cool. Plus, they're 2 to 4 feet. So if you want a cheap snake, one that doesn't cost a lot of money, with a cheap enclosure, you can. And they're so hardy. Now, keep that with that in mind. Obviously, set them up to your best of your ability. Give them something real nice for them and for you. But the point is, you don't need to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars to set up an enclosure. A small male Capensis can easily fit in a 20-gallon long, which you can buy all the time on Craigslist or Kijiji for next to nothing. Or if you want a brand new one, link below, Chewy sells them. Throw a lid on it, throw some hides and some substrate and a light, and that's kind of it. A water bowl that helps, they drink water. Either way, under 100 bucks, you can still buy them. House snakes are the cat's pajamas. Number 2, Hognose snakes. Hognose snakes are the logo of the channel, so you know that I love them. In fact, when I started the channel, I was originally gonna make it just about Hognose snakes to give you an idea how much I love them. The thing is, when I first started making these videos, they were 100 bucks or under. Then we had this thing that shut down the earth. I don't know if you guys remember that, it was 5 years ago. And the price went way up on this one and number 1, which you're not even gonna believe number 1's on this list. Like, you won't even believe it. Anyway, Hognose snakes, even the normal ones, went above 100 bucks, well above. Sometimes people were selling them for like 300 bucks. But now we are back to reality and you can buy Hognose snakes once again for under $100. I love this. I think that it's super cool that you have so many options. The thing with hognose snakes, I will say bluntly, and the hognose people are going to hate me for it, a lot of the morphs look basically identical to other morphs. I mean, the cool ones, in my opinion, are albinos, because albinos are cool, condas, and then when you put them together. And there's a bunch of other stuff too, like arctics are cool and snows, leucistics are really cool and becoming more available. But then you get like, this is a lemon frost, or what are they, whatever they're called, jigsaw. This one's a whatsy who's it. Like, we're kind of doing what we do with ball pythons, where they look this much different and now they're more expensive. Just keep it simple, and you can buy one of these snakes for under $100. Even albinos I see sometimes now for like $150, which by my definition fits in a cheap snake category. And they're small. You set them up basically like a house snake. I mean, I give them quite a bit more substrate because they like to dig. As you can see here, we took Ekans out, which, by the way, Ekans laid a full clutch of eggs. Look how cool this is. They all look really, really good. Hopefully. I haven't checked them today yet. Anyway, so she'll be a mom again. Just to give you an idea, this snake here, just for comparison, like my wife is holding, this snake is Ekans' baby and was hatched out 5 years ago this month. So Ekans has been doing this for a long time. She's doing great. Eggs are coming out. They're great breeders. They're fantastic snakes. I love them. If I need a snake to hand to somebody who's new to snakes, I give them Ekans because she's so chill. She's not going to do anything except for kind of maybe like nuzzle into their hand. And I know that she's going to be just placid and calm. And that's why I think that these are some of the best snakes for basically everyone to have. Of course, they're rear fang venomous too, which some people will say it's inappropriate. But really, I mean, it's like a bee sting if they do bite you, if you're allergic to them. And it's cool to be like, yo, want to come see my venomous snake, bro? And it's a hognose snake. Don't free handle venomous snakes unless they're hognose snakes or garter snakes. There's some other ones. Number one, you won't even believe they fit on this freaking list. Mexican black king snakes. I'm not kidding. Look it up. Right now, look it up. You can buy them for under $150. You can. I've seen them for 100 Canadian dollars recently. Now, I bought a pair a few months back. They're in quarantine, so we're just kind of, yeah, I guess it's been about 5 months. We're taking them out of quarantine now, which is why we brought them outside to shoot a little bit. The ones we got, one has a funky eye, but as snakes get older, this is what happens. Sometimes their eyes start to go. These animals are close to 10 years old. Mexican black king snakes used to be $300, $400, $500 each during that big shutdown we had, 5 years ago. So to me, I didn't know when I'd ever see them to be reasonably priced again. Now, to be fair, I paid $400 for the pair because they're proven breeders. But if you want to buy a baby, you can easily buy them now for about $100 or $150. And they're a 3 to 4 foot snake. They're a king snake, so, really easy to keep. They're from North America. You can set them up great, and they eat so freaking well. That's the thing about almost everything on this list, is they eat all so well. House snakes, I didn't mention it, but those are the easiest things I've ever had to feed ever. I got 30 of them. I thought out 30 pinkies. I just drop them in the enclosures. I come back in an hour and they're all gone. Mexican black king snakes are king snakes, and we know that king snakes like to eat. I can't believe they're on the list. I'm so happy they are. They're one of my favorite species on earth, and I'm so lucky to have them. Let me know in the comments section below what you think is a cheap snake that people would really, really love to have. And as always, thanks for hitting like and subscribe. It's free, costs you nothing, helps me and my snakes so much. And the Patreon supporters, thanks for adding a little bit extra. You get videos early, discounts on merch, one-on-ones. I did a one-on-one with a Patreon in person the other day. Super fun. My wife and I took her and her mom on a skywheel, and she was terrified of heights. So if you pay for Patreon, I'll scare you or something. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one.